The simple truth that we all know is that if you take away guns, first off, there are probably 400 million guns, something like that. What's the number? I think it's around 350 million, if I'm not mistaken, guns in the United States right now. And it's an estimate because they don't fully know. But there basically are as many guns as people, something like that, in the United States right now. If you say, okay, we're going to take away 100 million guns, and we're going to make it harder for 18-year-olds to get guns, et cetera, what will happen is that bad guys will be the only people to have guns. There are 393.3 million guns in the United States right now. There are an awful lot of new gun owners in the United States over the last 2 years, ourselves included, because we realized, especially living in Los Angeles, we could not depend on the defunded police and the ridiculous district attorneys to defend us as riots literally went by our house. So the point is that you can take away guns from people, and who will give up guns? Who will do a buyback? Now, they always say a buyback on guns, except a buyback would be if the same person who sold you the gun bought it back. This is a buyback when the government is going to give you money for it. It doesn't really buyback. I don't think that's the technical term on that one. But the simple truth is, the more that you say, okay, we'll get some of these guns off the streets, good people will give up their guns. Good guys who have decided to defend themselves will give up their guns. The bad guys will still have the guns. This is a point, there's a clip going around Twitter right now that's going viral that Joe Rogan has been making for quite some time.
And I don't think it's wise to take the guns away from the people and leave all the power to the government. We see how they are even with an armed populace. They still have a tendency towards totalitarianism. And the more increased power and control you have over people, the easier it is for them to do what they do. And there's a natural inclination when you're a person in power to try to hold more power and acquire more power. And there's never an inclination to give more power back to the people, to give more freedoms back to the people. Freedoms lost are rarely regained. How do you stop that? No one knows how to stop that. What is the answer? Is the answer take everyone's guns? Well, they're not going to give their guns up. So you're going to have only criminals are going to have guns.
An interesting line there. No one knows how to stop that. I think there are some ways to stop that. Actually, we're going to do a cold close with Thomas Sowell from an interview I did with him a couple of years ago where he talks about how you can stop it and that you can actually stop the ever-encroaching government. You just kind of have to have the will to do it. But who in this, if you've been watching this show from the beginning, it's like, who has made sense in these clips that we've showed you? Was it Joe Rogan right there saying we have a mental health problem, not a gun problem? Was it Jordan Peterson talking about the inch by inch that they'll come get you? Was it Ted Cruz saying that in essence, this is never going to stop, that the elites have it one way and that they want you to live another way that we know they don't live as they defund the police and make sure that your neighborhoods are more dangerous? Is it those people that are making sense? Or did you watch this show and do you think that Justin Trudeau made sense as he made sure, as he pushes this through Canadian Parliament, that the average person in Canada will not be able to buy or sell a gun and defend their family? Or was it Joy Reid who you thought made sense there, who said that the shooter did not have a mental health problem?
There was no mental health issue with the individual who stole the futures of 19 children in Uvalde, Texas.
Or was it Chuck Schumer who you thought made sense there, who said that the MAGA Republicans never get enough blood, that they have this endless bloodlust?
No amount of bloodshed seems to be enough for MAGA Republicans.
It's so obvious if you just calmly try to think about these things, what is going on here? And I think that if we calmly explain ourselves, if we fight earnestly and honestly, that like most of the issues of the day, we will win, but they will not stop. They will not stop. It is as simple as that.